Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? I am very sorry, it's spring and I have allergies, so my voice is more garbage than normal. Hopefully you can still tolerate it. Anyways, if you guys remember last episode, we made 2 oil heaters. One of them is giving us steam and the other one is giving us hot crude. In between the episodes, I made 2 more, because we are going to have 3 refineries and I thought maybe we're going to need more steam. Oh, and by the way, that is the refinery from Magnetic Craft. I don't think I'm a very crazy person to say that is one of the most beautiful refineries I have ever seen. I mean, let us do a comparison. Yeah, that one is much better. So the way that the refinery from Magnetic Craft works is that it does require 2 ingredients. One of them is steam, obviously, which can be inserted from the sides of the refinery. Very important. Nice, we're getting steam. And of course the second fluid is hot crude, which if I'm not wrong, it has to be inserted from the back. We're getting heavy oil, light oil, and LPG. Oh boy, steam is not the problem. Oil is the problem. It works incredibly fast, I was not expecting that. It's fine, we have more heaters, don't you worry. LPG itself is not going to require any more further processing from Magnetic Craft, and we're going to use the thermopneumatic processing plant from Pneumatic Craft. Because here's the thing, if you put LPG inside a refinery from Magnetic Craft, you're going to get plastic, but you're going to lose so much. 10 millibuckets of LPG gives you 5 millibuckets of plastic. But if you put it inside the thermopneumatic processing plant, 100 millibuckets of LPG gives you 1 bucket of plastic. But until getting the actual LPG, this is actually much more efficient and faster. That's actually not that bad, that is already 150 plastic. Awesome, the first refinery is operational. I'm waiting for the second heater to heat up. It needs to reach 350 degrees so that we will get hot crude. But one of my assumptions is that we're also not going to have enough steam. So I guess let us fix that one as well. We're going to have another heater and yep, it's heating up. Perfect. So if we pump in more hot crude, steam is gonna drop. This is a horrible mistake. Maybe we needed more heaters for steam? Okay, with 2 heaters and steam, this one is stable. But we're going to start fixing everything, don't you worry. First things first, we need to extract the heavy oil. I have set up some filters, so it's not going to be mixed up, don't you worry. We take the heavy oil out and we insert it into the second refinery. And yeah, you're going to get oil. Yes, we put the filter first. We don't really have enough steam, but we're getting oil residue, which is garbage. We're getting fuel for Galactic Craft, and we're also getting lubricant. I'll fix the steam. Steam is cheap. It doesn't really stop whenever the buffers are full, so I had to finish everything, and we're getting all the ingredients. I haven't fixed the steam yet, but we are getting lubricant, which does require a tank, and I just brought it. We're getting fuel, diesel, and kerosene. I have to change the tanks later on, but most importantly, we're getting LPG. The problem is that there is supposed to be a boiler from Magnetic Craft and well, we can't make it. You see, there is no recipe. Maybe they want us to go with actual steam? Yeah, there's only one type of steam. So maybe what we're going to do is that we're going to make steam using thermal expansion and then we're going to use the heaters just for oil. Because there was a thing, yes, steam dynamo. And it's cheap, requires water and solid fuel. Perfect. Ooh, you're not cheap. I mean, I do admit, it's very cheap, it's just that I don't have the ingredients. I think one stupid dynamo is actually going to be faster than the heaters. You go over there, we give you some water, lovely. And since we don't really care about resources, we just increase the efficiency. By efficiency, I meant speed. We're gonna mess up the efficiency. Oh my goodness, this is the wrong dynamo. There was one of them which could make steam. Ah yes, boiler conversion. I am very sorry, wrong augment. It has been a while. I do mess up things. So now if we give you coal, where's the steam? Yes. You do output into a tank. Oh, that's fast. Okay. Then we're good. We will use these heaters just for oil and we will use the dynamo for making steam. I love this cheatiness. The other ones are also converting crude oil into hot crude, and yes, the heat actually matters, because this one is heated up and this one is not. Although I don't think it really matters, I'm not producing that much oil. And also yes, it does clog up whenever the inventory is full. I was wrong. So I have to change all of these tanks, eventually. You see, diesel is full. We're not getting the other ones, which is fine, we can just have a black hole tank or something. But for the moment the immediate need was LPG and we have 52 buckets. But that means we don't need our refinery over here, and let me try to see how we should approach the plastic situation. Actually, before we start making plastic, let us address the elephant and the garbage in the room. The solar panels over here. I was not planning to use solar panels for the entire time, I wanted to use boilers and turbines. But wait a minute. I was going to say the boiler is no longer available, but this boiler is acceptable. Long story short, I wanted to remove the solar panels and now I can. Magnetic Craft does have a steam turbine and it should generate us a decent amount of power. So I should be able to remove the solar panels and also power the press. Oh, and by the way, this solar panel is covered, but it works. I don't really know why. So what do you need? Those and those. Okay, this is the dose. and the other does. I just really want to assemble it and see how it looks, that's it. I do admit, it's not the prettiest. So hi. I have a bit of a problem. If you take a look at this blueprint, this is for the steam turbine, correct? And this is the recipe. When you're crafting it, it tells you that this is a boiler. And I have been checking hidden recipes, it's not there. Maybe the boiler is the turbine? This is such a weird thing, I don't know how it works. It doesn't matter then. I just wanted to go a bit fancy, apparently we shouldn't go fancy. We just use an RF transformer and we should be good. Because eventually this place is going to have a stupid roof and I cannot have solar panels. The part with magnetic craft was a bit anticlimactic, but now we're going to do something very important. The pressure chamber. And I was thinking of setting up the pressure chamber over here. Hopefully it's not going to be that loud. And yes, I am aware that we have solar panels. We remove them. I do say that I'm going to remove them, but the chances are that I'm going to forget about them and then I'm going to look for them and then I'm going to craft a new badge. That is what I do. Anyways, at this very moment, we have garbage compressors. Let us see what kind of other options we have. This is not going to happen. Liquid compressor. Thermoconducting alloy. Boron, go to hell, I'm not gonna do that. As I was saying, we have amazing compressors, we use these. The best compressors in the universe. So I had 101 pressure chamber walls, and I made extra, and I already have a pressure chamber. Yeah, today is not my day. Anywho, since this is in the middle of our base, we really want to avoid explosions. So we're going to have a safety module, which I forgot it does that. We have it here. Then we're going to have a pressure gauge tube module, a comparator, and you might notice that on the top there is a formula for redstone. We want it to release the pressure whenever it reaches 4 bars. So that should be 8? Yeah, redstone 2 times the pressure bar. So 8. We're reading a comparator signal, we have a potentiometer on 8 and a repeater going into the pressure valve. In order to make sure that everything is safe, we release it earlier. Oh, it is safe. If that is the case, we can have our pressure chamber. Thank you. This time we're going to make it the largest size possible, which is a 5 by 5 by 5. So ladies and gentlemen, here is our pressure chamber. And I believe if you add speed upgrades to the input hatches and output hatches, it's gonna work faster. Let's give 4 to each one. I think in this way we're not going to lose that much air pressure whenever items are being inserted or extracted. So for the moment, let us give you some filters, some glowstone for the translocators, and we give it a try. Oh, press the button. Okay, that was fast. That was super fast. Huh. I like that. So that does take care of our pressure chamber. We just need to set up the thermopneumatic processing plant, which is the easiest thing to do. You know, it's just one block. But I used to think I'm far, far away that I don't hear the air pressure. You know, the leak. But I do hear it a lot. Apparently there is a sound dampener from random things, and there is a sound recorder and a pattern. We just right click with the recorder on the pressure tube, pattern goes in, and we select leaking gas. Lovely. I don't hear it anymore. And it seems that we are fine, because at this side we are at 4.6 bars and we are already voiding the extra pressure, so it's fine. I don't think it's gonna explode. I can hear other things, right? Yes, this stupid thing that you see in front of you caused my FPS to drop from 100 and almost 20 to around 75. We can't really have that in the middle of the base and at this point in the game. Later on, yeah, we don't really have a choice, but for the moment, we're gonna put it inside the compact machine. The setup is exactly the same, but instead of chest, we're using ender chest, and I have an extra one here so that we know which one it's going to be. We have our thermopneumatic processing plant, which is automatically getting LPG as well as coal. It will constantly make us plastic, but once in a while we have to come over here and determine which kind of plastics we want. So for now, we're going to go with black. And that also goes into an ender chest and into our system. It's not really as convenient as you would hope, but what can I do? Yeah, even here is a bit laggy. I don't know why. It's fine, as long as the base is not laggy, I don't care. At least on a very positive note, maybe we can have something nicer over here? Yeah, finally. Almost 110 FPS. That's good. However, the main question is my stupid system working? At this very moment, we have exactly 161 transistors in the system. If we put one stack of everything inside the ender chest, do I get the extra ones? Or did I mess up something? It's been a while, maybe we should check. Oh, do you know what happened? Compressed iron ingot. I set up a filter for it and I extracted it. We put it again. I have removed the filter, so we should be fine. And voila. It works. Can you make compressed blocks of iron? Yes, next time I'll do that. Now that the situation with the pressure chamber and plastic and LPG and everything has been solved, I think we should take a small break from progression and improve the things that we already have. For example, one of the things that I really need to have at this very moment is some extra drives. Now that we have an osmium compressor, this should be relatively easy, and I also need some capacitors. I think one of the first things that we are going to do is that we're going to expand the reactor by a bit and control it with a computer, because it looks nice. The stupid farm has to go, which does mean I need to find some ores. I think it's much easier to find the ores in the nether, because I also need some emeralds as well as diamonds and, well, obviously redstone. There are going to be explosions, so don't you worry. We have emeralds. Didn't explode. I think we also need these berries. Later on, not now. You're not happy? Oh my goodness, look at all those emeralds. Emeralds and diamonds are a tier 5 seed, so making them is not going to be as easy as you would think. It might be a few episodes, so we're just going to use AgriCraft. And if you use AgriCraft, you need the ore. But in any case, I was going to say there was an area of the nether that I was vein mining for crushed netherrack. And yeah, it's easier to find ores here. You're standing on my block. Let me help you. I have no idea why I was mining some redstone, and I told you that I'm going to need some redstone because we can make the actual redstone seeds from mythical agriculture. For the moment we have 2 of them because our consumption of redstone is actually a lot. And now that I'm trying to show you, you don't see that much redstone. It's fine. The whole point was that we are also going to have a very small diamond farm and emerald farm. Because as I have already mentioned, this is a tier 5 seed and we can't afford it. And I really need diamonds and emeralds. Also, I just wanted to make a few cryo-stabilized flux ducts. They look cool. Otherwise, there's not really a reason for it. And then let me see how we can fix this place. Okay, I have made the computer, I have loaded the program. The computer is not going to stay over here. I just wanted to see if it works, and it does. And of course, if I remember, I'm going to link the tutorial in the description. But basically, you need a case, you need some monitors, you need a hard drive, central processing unit, graphics card, internet card, and memory. Also a BIOS and an operating system, which you do make them with the Open Computers manual. Another thing that I didn't know is that these programs work only with the control rods. They don't turn off the reactor is always on. I guess it's because of lag, because when you turn it on, there is a small lag spike. Also, I really want to start moving our capacitors, but vibrant capacitor banks are expensive. And yes, very expensive, so we go with normal capacitor banks. We can have 28. It's fine, we have other capacitors, I can make them, don't you worry. I'm going to make a huge capacitor bank over here, which is going to be a 3x5 by as much as we can go high. Oops, there goes the capacitor. Something that I don't really know is that, can you have the power tap? I don't know, somewhere here? Uh-oh, you're not gonna work. This is the most beautiful cable in the universe and I'm just hiding it under the platform. It is a bit stupid, unfortunately. So, we hide you here and we cover you with capacitors. Our capacitor bank at this very moment has a capacity of 500 million RF. It's not great, but not the worst. We are also going to reassemble our computer over here with the huge monitor, and I just have to put all the garbage back in. So you turn on, here is your keyboard. I thought there could be a gap between the monitor and the case, but you can't have cables. It has to be literally touching the case. That is very weird. So controls on, and that's it. We should be operational. Yeah, the capacitor bank is full, fuel rods are at maximum, so everything works. And since I'm dumping a ton of garbage into our applied energy 6 system, maybe we should have more drives. Do we? Oh yeah, we do. We have the glowstone ingot from Mechanism, so we should be able to make a few good drives. And obviously by drive, I just meant storage cells. 116K? Can we have like a bit more 16Ks? That should be a quest, thank you. And then we convert it into 64. Well, actually the component is the quest, not the cell. One of the reasons that I wanted to expand the reactor is that I wanted to have a wood farm. Not one, a few. And this has so many blocks. Let's try to get some. This is the main material that we need in wood, and it is a combination of iron ore, soul sand, and netherrack. So we are in the lost cities, gathering some iron. Oh, and definitely thorium. I need it for the melodic alloy and I'm running out. I'm actually not running out, I'm already out. For the moment, I think this should be a decent supply. It's 3-4 stacks. Almost. The only stupid problem is that whenever I come here, I don't know how to get out. We should really start making a waystone or something for teleportation. Not a waystone, a warp stone. We can make this. So let us see how many of these. Oh, you have to do it in an anvil. It's not a very complicated recipe. All we need to do is to make some lava infused obsidian. Do you need power? This is a weird mod. Why would you need power? Oh, you don't need power. Compressed obsidian. And it's a different type of compressed obsidian. I think somebody forgot to fix the recipes, but it's fine. Yay, we finally have lava infused obsidian. In the time that it took me to figure out everything, I think we would have made HDPE. Also, apparently you didn't need iron ore. But if I have not messed up anything, here is our anvil. Finally. And as usual, the quest is not counting because... okay. This should make it work. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Now I think we can finally get to work. I made something from Woot called the Intern and it builds the factory for you. It's really good because it tells you how many items you need for a tier 4 factory. For some reason I cannot make the guide and well, you can't really understand which blocks you need. I mean, these look similar, but these are 3 different blocks. Also, I am going to have 4 or 5 wood factories, so I need to craft a ton of blocks. It's fine. We start with flesh. It's cheap. Actually, I just realized it's not cheap at all. Yep, we're out of the iron. Making the special iron dust using this recipe seems to be much better, but it's going to take a lot of time. I think we just go with this recipe. It needs iron ingots. This might be an overkill, but we're going to go with 5 factories. Now it's going to get far more expensive because you need 95 factory nether casings for each factory. So I need to make like 500? Oh my goodness. So, hi. I just realized what I got myself into. Do you remember this factory nether casing? So you need it here for shard, which you can't craft it, so I'm assuming you have to go with the nether star shard. Which you can craft it, but it does require a nether star. We need 95 of these nether casings in order to make 1 factory, so we need 10 nether stars. That means I have to kill the wither 10 times and it's not gonna go well. We're going to do a few things. One of them is that we're going to make a Kivium shuriken. A new one. Because apparently if the durability of your shuriken is less than half, your damage is going to be doubled. The old one that I had has more than 50% durability and unfortunately it's unbreakable. So we are going to make a new one. And make sure that before we make it unbreakable, it's at half the durability. Actually, you don't even need to repair it once. Yeah, we just need 10 more XP and we should have 5 modifiers, yes? The durability is 19 out of 110, that should be less than 50%. Now we make it unbreakable. I also have a feeling that we should be able to emboss it with manuline. We need some slime balls. Nobody spawns here. I basically just want to make sure that I'm going to one-shot the wither. According to the Tinker's book, if you use manuline and if you use it for the head, it's going to be insatiable. Meaning that it's going to do more damage if you hit it more. Which is not good. We want a one-shot. But for some reason we're going to get the cold-blooded modifier even though we're using a knife. It deals increased damage to targets at full health. Yeah, cold-blooded, unbreakable. Amazing. We just need 1 extra modifier. Let me try to upgrade it. I upgraded it twice. We have 2 more modifiers. We're going to use graveyard soil. I believe that should give us smite. You're not graveyard soil? Oh, we just had to cook it. I didn't have to throw it away. Consecrated soil. I have no idea what that means. Oh, it does 0.29 extra damage towards the undead. That's nothing. You said massive damage. I think we should be able to buy 2 more strength totems. Yeah, exactly. Let's go kill some withers. And yeah, I do understand that we have a wither cage, but hopefully he's going to be one shot. If he doesn't die, we're running away. Nope, he didn't die. We're out. Oh, I have to kill him. You know, I was sure that this is going to do like 300 damage. Stop moving. Yeah, we do it in the cage. This is a horrible idea. I have already killed 3 withers and then I remembered we also need to spawn him. So let us get an ender shard. Thank you. I think this is the one you need to program. Yes, perfect. Also, before he gets really strong, let us try to get the sample. I have to hit you with that. I have to kill you with that. I don't understand this. Hit the mob with the shard to capture, kill the mob to fully program. Okay. Me understood. Not you. Yes, we are programmed. Oh, he dropped an infinity booster card. But look at the stupid size of the explosion now. Technically, we need to kill him 10 times, but we have the shards. That's going to at least double 1 nether star. I have a few more back home, so we need to kill him 9 times. He has 450 health now. Amazing. But I guess we have what we need. We can go home and I'll start crafting. Perfect. We have enough shards. We can dupe one of the nether stars. Oh, wait a minute. Why do I have 12 now? I miscalculated. It's not really good to kill the wither that many times. Oh, we might even need more. Factory tier 4 cap. 1 stupid problem at a time. I have made most of the parts, not all of them, but let us see if we would be able to assemble it. And no, I'm very sorry. The colors are horrible, so we're not going to have it in our base. So, factory heart. And then can you assemble it? Can you do anything? Oh, you are assembling it. Remember, right-clicking is very important. Ah, factory... what? How? Okay, let me get more. How did this happen? Because I made exactly 95. Do you know why? I was trying to assemble it over here, and we have 1 block. And that was the only missing block, I guess. I think the factory itself is now complete. Yeah, we have all the blocks. The multi-block itself has not been formed because we need a few more gizmos. With the shard that we got, we would be able to make the factory controller. And I'm extremely sure this is not really gonna work because we have a very garbage power system for it. But let us give it a test. So where do you go? Here? No, here? Woot used to be such a lovely mod. I don't know why they decided to change everything. That is the controller. So it goes here. Oh, and by the way, I was trying to make the wrong guide. This is the correct one. So power, importer, exporter. Yes, it's finally complete. At this very moment, we have a very garbage farm and you need wither skeleton skulls and soul sand. I think I have learned my lesson. Do not work with Woot, because I could have made my own wither farm and it would have been much more efficient. So let us see, we hopper things in, we hopper things out for the moment. Skulls, soul sand, and I guess for the moment some power? Yeah, if I would have made my own wither farm, it would have been much more efficient. But the important thing is it gonna count the wither? We have killed 16 of them. If the number goes up, then this is really bad. If not, it's amazing. I have a wonderful news, it does not count as a player kill. That is very important because the more you kill the wither, the more damage mobs are going to do to you, and eventually you just get one shot with any armor. This doesn't count towards that, so we can improve this and work with it. And on a very positive note, we get Supremium. And also this thing, we needed that. One thing that I really forgot to mention is that the reason that we are trying to spawn withers is not because of the nether stars. Nether stars are important, but not that critical. The most important thing that we want at this very moment is Supremium Essence. In this mod pack, whenever you want to make a higher tier of the essence, you're going to need a neutral steel. And these things get really expensive. And by the time that we get to Supremium, we're already bankrupt. So that is what I want. Unfortunately, with this speed, we're never ever going to get there. It's easier to craft it. But these guys accept efficiency upgrades, mass upgrades, fortune upgrade. I think that should cover us. But obviously we are going to need more than one wood farm. We need one for wither skeletons in order to get skulls, and I really want to have one for the ender dragon. There is no reason for that, I just want to have one. What is this? Anyways, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.